Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Ra, and welcome back to True Alchemy. I have missed y'all. I've been away. But for those that are new to True Alchemy, this space is all about helping you with your individual and our collective ascension journeys. And how we do that here is through channeled readings, messages, light language transmissions, whatever spirit has to bring forward for the collective. So welcome back, y'all. I have missed y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was away. Y'all know I still, managed the corporate thing. And so I had to step away. But I was like, I have to sit down and check in with the family today. I'm actually about to fly back out today. So don't get too comfortable here because this might be the only one for the week, but I will be back on track next week. But y'all let me know in the comments how your week and a half has been since we last talked. I know we left with a lot of energy. A lot of things were uprooted, okay, brought to the surface, all right? And I felt just kind of left there for us to let settle in and let the energies integrate. Let them work on us. Let them uncover some new things, move some things around. I know a lot of things got moved around in my own personal life, but there was a lot of beauty, a lot of revelation that came out of it. So sometimes you have to pull back. The thing about spirit is that the energy works in waves. So spirit will push you out, okay? And then it will pull you back in. And the recessive wave, part of the wave, is so that you can draw back and gain a higher perspective so that when spirit pushes you back out, you have more momentum, you have higher level of perception, greater vision, okay? So I feel like the last week and a half for me was kind of the pull back, let it settle in, let it digest, and it did move some things around for me, okay? So where are we now? I don't know. Let's see what comes through. But let's first open up with some prayer. So everybody take a deep breath for me. Giving all thanks to the Creator, Mother, Father, God, the All, the Absolute, the Only. Thank you so much for this gathering of souls, this little portion of the collective that you have given me the assignment to speak to. I am most appreciative, most appreciative. So today, as we sit in reverence of your nature, we ask that you open us up individually and as a unit to receive the messages that are most in alignment with our highest good. Allow us to connect and speak highest self to highest self, highest heart to highest heart. Use me as your vessel. Make your messages plain and clear. Amen. Okay, so the card that came out, I'm going to start with the Roomy deck before, I get into the tarot. But the card that came out is called Sacred Convergence. It's actually number 11. It's like a twin flame card when I look at it. But to me, the energy is not necessarily just of the flame, but it is of the coming and pulling together, the gathering of this sacred circle. And each one of us has our own sacred circle of souls that we have maybe been in contact with some, we maybe seen a glimpse of some, we maybe felt and heard from some, but that gathering is becoming more firm, more concrete, more closely knit, more apparent and aware, okay, amongst all of us. That's a lot of the work that we did. So where I feel that we worked on individual birthings and being birthed in this last cycle, I feel that we have some partners showing up to assist. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any walk of life, okay? But I feel like this is the energy that we are opening up to now. So let's just read a little bit from the Roomy Oracle deck. The sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There's an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal, passionate purpose. You'll have a sense when this is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just visiting the same beach. But at that moment, there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. I've been having these kinds of experiences with one-on-one people that have come into my life out of nowhere, and like hit my shit like a meteor. Okay? But it brought with it, it wasn't a destructive meteor. It was like the meteor hit, and whatever veil had been around a certain layer of reality that I was like kind of stuck in, it obliterated it. And so then I had the responsibility of adjusting my eyes to new sight, new levels of light, seeing myself in a different light, taking what I saw there, and now, okay, let me go back and like it says, work on self. All right. So greater love, greater self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart. I have also recently had experiences where it was a group of souls that were brought together seemingly out of nowhere, and you can tell that the healing took place, like everybody there, even though the intention might have been to physically heal one person, everybody there received something back. Okay, for me, it had a lot to do with my family, and it reminded me of those that love me, that have always been there for me, always been in my corner, even when it appears to be that I have been alone. Okay, and I needed that reminder. I needed that. It uplifted me, but my intention for showing up was to provide a treatment for somebody else. But that's what I received. So don't ever, what I'm hearing is that these relationships that are coming to us, we will be very tempted to put them in a 3-dimensional box of understanding and perception, and it has to fit here. But they're not going to fit. And the more you try to keep a tight rein around how they show up and how they work in your life, the more you're cutting yourself off from the beauty of what they came to bring you. Okay? It says this trickle-down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level, beyond being in the same space. You will feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. So we are calling in the types of relationships that have nothing to do with karma. We have closed many karmic cycles of relationships. Okay, we are moving into a new era. Like that heaviness of those types of relationships just cannot survive. So what does it say here? Let me see. This oracle brings a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based on the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. So you're learning to sustain that vibration within you, whether you are in until you cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand. And let me tell you, boy, that's real. This message is for me because I just had an incident where I have, I finally I got everything worked out to where I needed to be. I'm winning. Okay. I beat this particular obstacle. I stayed down, 10 toes down. I was disciplined. I did what I needed to do. I paid my shit on time. I got myself out of a bad situation. And then it's like something will show up to rattle you and throw you completely off your square, cloud, however you want to look at it. And so what it's saying is that these relationships that are coming into your life are here to show you something about yourself to where you can't be rattled by when these things show up. Your vibration won't be rattled. It will be sustained at a high level. So you have to let go of anything that will bring you down. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into the tarot. So I am most thankful for the sacred convergences. These are relationships of a much higher order, okay? And so I do want to challenge us, like I'm hearing, challenge yourself to open up to feeling on a much higher level too, because you're not going to be able to get away with limited feeling, limited connection. I'm good at keeping people at a certain distance, but these relationships that are coming in are coming to pull you all the way into yourself. Okay? They are more sacred than any others you have experienced. Let's get a few tarot cards. Tell us about this sacred convergence. Thank you, Holy Spirit. What do you need to know? 9 of Cups. They're bringing so much emotional fulfillment. And this is the kind that is long lasting. It's not, it doesn't come from anything of the ego. It doesn't come from the normal things that would make us happy. It doesn't come from going out. It doesn't come from, we got to go be doing something in order for us to feel this connection. These are penetrating connections. The ones where you can sit in silence with the person, where they are most impactful, when you are sitting in silence, in observation of what God is doing. These are not going to be action-filled romances, okay? They're going to be tender and loving and sweet and nurturing, whether they are romantic in nature or not, but they touch you on such a deeper level. Like I feel it so deeply inside of me right now that it doesn't meet any kind of superficial standards whatsoever. It brings you the deep satisfaction. Look at this monkey. Look how deeply satisfied he is. Eyes rolling up in the back of his head. And there was a shackle or something, a crab or something that was on his ankle, and he's free of it. And he's holding the ankh. And he's sitting between the two pillars of life. And he's in balance on the middle path with a stairway to heaven behind him. It's those deep connections. Tell me more. What else do we need to know about these sacred convergences? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So in reverse. So somebody, I'm feeling, why is it blocked like that? Let me see. With the Queen of Pentacles, it is a thing of value. It is a thing of worth. Am I worth this? That's why this Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. You are blocking your own blessing right now. And it's because you're not seeing you're not understanding how the work that you are doing is elevating your value. your spiritual value. I'm not talking about anything that can be translated to an Instagram like or post. Okay, I'm talking about your intrinsic spiritual value. You can feel it rising inside of you when you hear something that resonates as truth. You can feel more order being brought to you in your DNA, more alignment in every cell. It's that sort of thing. When I talk about these relationships, they have the capability of penetrating you to the core of who you are, to bring you into a state of internal righteousness. It's nothing superficial about it. But there's a blockage because some part of you feels that you're not ready. I got to get ready for that. No, the relationships are here to get you ready. It's a come as you are type situation. We rounding motherfuckers up off the street. Come as you are. We will feed you. We will clothe you once you get here, is what I'm hearing about this gathering. So whatever little sabotage, whatever little obstacles you would try to put in the way to tell yourself that you wasn't ready, that has no place. Tell me more about this Willow Fortune in reverse. Why is this Willow Fortune in reverse? Why is the Willow Fortune in reverse? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, with the Hangman. You've been saying you're not ready. This is stalled action with the Ace of Swords in reverse because you have been sold on a lie. You have been living according to a lie, and you have been held in suspension. You've been saying, I am not ready for this next level of living. And it has everything to do with sometimes it's so hard to bring these messages down into words because I feel it in here, but the words don't be really big enough for the feeling and the magnitude of the change and what's coming in. Okay, so I try my best, but I swear to God, I'm not saying half of what I'm feeling. I swear to God, okay? But when I speak in the light language, so stay tuned. When I speak in the light language, it will be fully translated. But you have subscribed to an untruth about you, a bold-faced lie about you, and it has convinced you that you are not ready to plunge into this convergence, that you do not deserve this level of deep satisfaction, that you are not spiritually whole enough to meet this person as you are. But it's no, come as you are. We rounding people up off the street. Come as you are. Tell me about this Nine of Cups energy. That's too many. I love them, no. I love them, the ones that came out, but I'm not taking all them cards. Tell me about this Nine of Cups energy, please. Page of Pentacles. Oh. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm just going to read these as a collective energy. It's a very new opportunity being presented to you with the Page of Pentacles. It's a new way of seeing yourself. A new way of it's a new sweetness that's coming in too, and how you attract what is meant for you, but what has to happen in order for you to be able to be perceive that you are worthy of this level of satisfaction is the healing of this limitation, the healing of the brokenhearted energy, the healing of the mental blocks and the mental limitations. There has to be a transformation, but it's the convergence of this soul group that brings the transformation. You're thinking, I have to transform in order to be able to attract in order to have the convergence. But it is the very act of the convergence that brings the transformation. It's all in one. Can you trust that? Can you trust showing up in your tattered shoes and your shirt with a hole in it and the lint in your pockets and your heart bleeding a little bit from this shit, and I might not be in the best state of mind, but Spirit is saying come as you are, because the ones that we bringing you with, not only do they see you exactly as you are, because that's how they also see themselves, but you all have the exact keys that each other needs to help make the other person, we talked about the mirrors, but to help them see exactly who they are and shine this light of the star on the situation, bringing you into this Queen of Pentacles energy where your full worth is understood, realized. Tell you more about this Queen of Pentacles. Look, with the Strength card, with the Tower, and the King of Pentacles. This is major. What is it? What is it? Makeover. When you get the, you know, you come in your tattered clothes, but you walk out of here, okay? It's like, it's literally like a rehab, y'all. I see this as like souls coming into our lives, and we are pulling each other into spiritual rehab, where everybody's just showing up as they are, because everybody's like, you know what? F it. If what I've done up to this point is not enough, then it's never going to be enough. And Spirit is saying it's always been enough. But now it's time. The convergence is taking place. So we all come together in our little rehab groups. This is what the Tower card represents, and all of these illusions and all of these limitations and all of these untruths that have kept us suspended, all of this thinking we're not ready, gets transformed with this Tower card, and we turn all of those wounds into our strengths, and we hold these mirrors up to each other, and we show each other who we really are, remind each other, look at all this love you've always had in your life this whole time. All I did was offer a service to bring certain members of your family back into your life for one day, and look at what it reminded you of. Okay, these sorts of things. And when we come out as the King, Queen of Pentacles, balanced in a state of restored value. That's the restored spiritual value. So I'm not going to take too much more time. I feel like there's so much more that I just could not articulate from my heart, but I know that the light language will do so. So let us just move into that, and let's see what come up, y'all. Ai Kyoto de la no mi ai ko mi asi ana la yo ko ma ai sata den leo no ma yo ko mi ati ana la ai te la ya si ana la ya ko te na la yo ko te na la yo ko. They say you just don't know how much you showing up even to receive this little bit of light does. It has sent out a bell, a warning, not a warning, but a notification. We hear it, we have heard it, we have heard it, we have heard it, and we are answering. And so we are calling the souls together. You will begin to experience yourself in two different worlds. I promise you, it is going to feel very strange for a little while. You're going to feel like you are taking one step in one world, one step in the other world, one step in one. But there is so much work that we have to do for you in one world that cannot even be brought down into the other. And so we ask for your hand as you walk simultaneously through both, and it will become a strength for you in the long run. But when we do bless you with these moments of grace, of peace, of sanctuary, when you are around those in this sacred convergence, know that it is us lifting you to the other side to experience yourself in a lightness, to experience yourself in a fullness, to experience yourself in a completeness. And then you will have to traverse back to the other side to do the work and establish the kingdom in a very real and material form in this world. And then we will lift you back up in grace, and we will bring you and unite you with those, and we will remind you of who you are, and you will be brought back. And you will do this dance for a while until things come into balance and the two can remain at one consistent level. Okay? And so we need you to understand that choosing to incarnate at this time meant that you would be a walker of both worlds right now. And we know that this is, instead of seeing it as a difficulty, know that everybody and every soul could not handle it. And so you are here with a special skill set. It is no longer a burden. It is a skill set, and it is a gift, because you get to plant the seeds from this side into this side. You get to shape what this new metaverse, the real metaverse, is looking like. So know that you are ready. Give thanks. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna check in with y'all in a few days, probably over the weekend, but embrace the convergence that's coming in, okay? And know that even though you are a walker of both worlds, you don't walk alone. You will converge when you need to. You will diverge and take those lessons back into this world. Do what you need to do until you meet again. And that's how we will all get through this, okay? In a state of victory, satisfaction that is deserved, okay? We're ready, all right? So come as you are. Get in the van, everybody. Let's go. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.